Welcome to the Quellz Sed it best show. I'm Quellz,
I'm Sed.
and we said it best.
Thank y'all for watching and listening today. Make sure you go like and subscribe on our YouTube channel. Make sure you go follow the Patreon. I don't know why nobody fit.
What's up? What's the beef? Why are you looking at me like that? What's the problem?
Because nobody following the Patreon.
You gotta talk to them about that. You looking at me crazy like
Do we need more marketing or like what's up? Like it's $3.
That's all it is.
I'm getting a little upset, but what are we talking about today, bro?
First thing we gonna talk about when my man King Savage is in here. He's out here doing his own damn podcast, Savage Thoughts. So we gonna give him a quick little shout out. Make sure you go check out Savage Thoughts whenever it drops. But today we're getting into compromise, bro. How you feel about compromise in the relationship? Do you feel like compromise is a bad or a good thing?
It's both. But for me speaking personally, it's always bad for me.
How?
But it's not always bad because you can always grow from compromise. I feel like. Because sometimes your partner introduce you to new things. So
how could it turn out bad though? Why do you say it was always bad for you?
that was a mistake.
Okay.
It's not always bad, but like as a person, you think of compromise like I'm doing what I don't want to do, but that's sometimes a good thing because you can learn from that experience. You can always learn from something new. Like if I don't want to give an analogy on it, but
No, I get what you're saying. I always feel like it's a good thing. I never really looked at it as a bad thing. I can't really see how it could really be a bad thing. That's why I was asking.
it can be a bad thing because I'm doing what I don't want to do at the end of the day.
But I feel like that comes with, you gotta do shit that you don't want to do. In life, you gotta do shit that you don't want to do. That's how you experience shit. Nigga, you would have never tried foods if you didn't want to, like.
But you have bad experiences with foods, I'm sure.
But you got bad experiences, but you would have never experienced it in general. So you gotta go through with the experience. It's that simple. So with life, I don't think compromise is a bad thing. I feel like it's a bad thing when you compromise yourself. But when you compromise doing
But that's
something,
compromise, though.
it's not. Compromising yourself, I feel like compromising yourself is like you doing something less than you're worth. You doing something that you look at down on or something like that. I understand you doing something uncomfortable with, but like you doing something degrading to yourself or something like that. That's what I mean by compromising yourself. You degrading yourself.
What's the definition of compromise?
That's a great question.
And while we look up the definition,
I
Like,
still don't see it as
for
bad.
an analogy,
Mm-hmm.
if your girl says, hey, what's the definition?
Compromise, an agreement or a settlement of a dispute that is reached by each side making concessions.
So, an analogy for that, right?
Mm-hmm.
And this is going to be the dirtiest analogy
Just spit it the
we
fuck
can
out.
speak of. Imagine your girl said, or anybody said, that you respect and you willing to compromise for. Imagine they said you can only use 3 toilet tissue rolls, because you know how they got the strips on the toilet tissue. You can only use 3 of them when you wipe your ass.
Okay.
Are you willing to compromise that? Are you willing to do that? No, but if that person doesn't like that,
Okay. So
are you willing to?
So I may not have been clear with the degrading thing. I meant reasonable.
That might be reasonable to them.
That's not reasonable for you to wipe your ass with 3 fucking plies of tissue, nigga. You know what it was called, did you?
Are they called pliers?
Yeah. Exactly. That's not reasonable. So when I say compromise, I mean like something that would be, it would be like it said, an agreement between both of y'all. So I would agree to not use as much toilet paper as I was fucking using. I would try to lower it down. I would try to compromise into a situation where I'm only using one roll. But that's where I'm saying compromise. It's where you both come to
It's an agreement.
Yeah, so you have to agree to it too. You have to put your turn on the line too. So that's what I'm saying. I feel like it's a good thing because now you're not just. It's not a complete sacrifice.
But sometimes you have to sacrifice in order to compromise.
That's true, but it's not.
You got to sacrifice what you believe.
That's true, but again, it's not a complete sacrifice. So you're sacrificing something you believe, but you're doing it on your terms, and that's the part of the compromise. Like you get to put your terms in too.
I get it.
So that's what I'm saying. Again, I never looked at it as a bad thing. Somebody brought it up to me as people looking at it as a bad thing. But
like I said, you can always grow from it. Like you said, them experiences you have to go through in life. But you get a bad experience after you compromise, and it's like, damn, like, what the fuck did I do that for? So it can be a bad thing and it can be a good thing.
It could be a regretful thing. I agree with that.
Which is bad. If you regret it, it's bad.
I don't know if I agree with that. I don't know if that's. Yeah, I don't know if I agree with that, bro.
Why not?
Cause like you could regret something that don't mean it's bad. You could just regret you could regret not speaking to somebody at a certain time. That don't mean it's a bad thing. You spoke to them before that you thought about it or it just wasn't meant to be. I don't think it's a bad thing. How you feel? Why you looking at me crazy? No comment. Okay. We'll move on. How often do you compromise?
A lot, I feel like.
Is it more of a sacrifice or is it a compromise?
I'm not gonna say a lot. A lot of the times it's like I don't know if I compromise. I don't know.
You more sacrifice?
Not even. Because everything is reasonable and understandable.
So, what you mean? So you don't compromise?
Off the top of my head. Yeah, off the top of my head, I don't recall.
Well, I do. You compromise.
What's some type of things you compromise with?
Okay, so with me, I'm a real like what night owl. That's what people call them. I'm a night owl. I stay up at night. I like playing my game, listening to interviews, watching TV, doing random shit at night. My girl, she likes sleeping at night, but she likes sleeping in complete silence and darkness. And I'm real. I can't go to sleep in darkness. I can't go to sleep in silence.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like I came to a
Why are
compromise.
you shaking your foot?
Cause I feel like you're motherfucking.
All right, go ahead.
I'm talking. That's how I talk. But I came to the compromise of me just I gotta
Going to
play.
bed early?
No, I don't go to bed early. I play everything quietly. I play everything in the headphones. So if I want to listen to something, I listen to it on my headphones.
But is that a full compromise? Because maybe she wants you in bed.
I'm in bed.
You know what in bed means.
You mean sleep? I mean,
laying next to her, cuddling.
And I compromise the laying next to her and the touching her part. Like I at least give her a leg or something. But I don't. Sometimes I do it. Sometimes I don't. That's a compromise. That's the compromise in it. Sometimes I do it. Sometimes I don't. But again, it's on my terms and it's on her terms too. So if she wants it, she wants it. If she doesn't, she doesn't. And as far as her going to sleep quietly or her going to sleep in darkness thing, she doesn't go to sleep in darkness, but she goes to sleep in quietness. So I don't go to sleep in
scenario, right? So we was talking about scenario.
Mm-hmm.
It's fourth quarter, 5 seconds left.
Make the scenario relevant. Go ahead.
Fourth quarter. Game tied, 5 seconds left.
Mm-hmm.
She said, babe, I want you in bed right now. Like, cuddle me, do this. I need you to hold me.
My compromise will be in 5, 10 minutes. Depending on, you said 5
Right
seconds.
now.
That's not.
No, it's 5 seconds left in the game.
Yeah, if it's 5 seconds left, I'm gonna say 5 minutes just to give myself some leeway. But
Is that fully compromising?
yeah, it's fully compromising. At the end of the day, it's
If she doesn't agree to it, then it's not a compromise.
she agrees to me, her still getting it. She agrees
No,
to me
right
still
now
getting
at
it.
this moment.
That's not my part of the agreement. Though. That's what I'm trying to express to you. So that's where we compromise at. I compromise.
That's where you compromising at.
Yeah, but she compromises also from giving me the fucking giving me some time. But she still.
What if
gets
she
what
don't
wants.
want that? She don't want the time, like right now.
That's not. She's not compromising. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that's what I'm saying. So we compromise. So she gives me the compromise of all right.
It's a disagreement at that point.
Yeah, but the compromise is nigga 5 minutes.
That's your compromise.
It's still with her too, cause she's what she wants. Nigga, I may not feel like doing it after the game is over, but I still do it. She gets it's just a couple minutes leeway. That's really it. I don't see how you don't see that as some type of compromise, but
It's not. That's selfishness.
And with me personally, like you said, that's selfishness.
Yeah.
How is that selfishness?
Because you telling her, I'll get to you in 5 minutes. She like, no, now.
Yeah, if that's you saying that's selfishness on her part?
On you.
On me?
Both.
Yeah. So
y'all not compromising. Y'all compromising on the motherfucking.
Did you hear the scenario?
It's an agreement on a disagreement.
So what would you consider a compromise in that situation? Do you get what I'm saying? Like as far as me giving you the 5 minutes, like is that a compromise or not?
I would just have to agree with it. If I don't agree with it, then it isn't a compromise. I would just have to agree. And if I disagree, then there's no compromise. It's you being selfish. It's a compromise is an agreement.
I agree. I get what you're saying. However, wouldn't it be you being selfish if I don't feel like doing it too? And that's what I'm. Yeah, so I feel like what he's saying, I get what he's saying.
It would be selfish on both ends. It wouldn't be a compromise though. On
so
both
you have to come to a compromise on one of those situations.
You would have to come to.
That's what I'm saying. There's a compromise on the disagreement.
Nigga, what?
It sounded crazy, but there's a compromise. Y'all agreeing to disagree. Like y'all not agreeing on right now in 5 minutes. In the middle, there's a disagreement. Because if she wants it now and you saying, babe, 5 minutes, that's unfair to her. And she's being unfair to you. Because she like, right now, get off the game. And you saying in 5 minutes.
I see that's the problem, right? I'm sitting here telling you that compromising is the solution.
The solution.
Yes.
That's not her solution though. That's not what she wants. She's not agreeing on that.
So she would have to come to an agreement. That's what I'm saying. It's about coming to
So the compromise will come in if I was to say like, oh, instead of 5 minutes, have it be 2 minutes.
By the time we're done this conversation, you could probably get held because the 5 seconds of the game is over in this scenario.
What?
You know how timeouts go in commercial breaks.
So that's why I said the 5 minutes. That's why I said the 5 minutes. But because he's saying you didn't hear the whole scenario. He said if it's 5 seconds left in the game, I feel like this shit is getting drawn up. But I'm gonna explain it again. If there's 5 seconds left in the game, and you say, hey babe, I need to be held. I want some love and attention right now. Right now, like I need it now. And I say, just give me like 5 minutes to finish the game. That's us compromising. If you agree,
It's not us compromising.
if you
I
agree,
agree.
if you agree. If you don't agree, then that would be selfish on both ends.
Yes.
I agree to that. However, the healthy thing in what I'm saying is the healthy thing to do would be to compromise.
Well, how do you feel about?
Where's the compromisation, if that's a word?
Where is it? The compromise.
On your end.
But the compromise is the agreement. What if he doesn't want
I never wanted
cuddle?
to do it.
Yeah. What if he never wants to cuddle? And he's saying, okay, I will, but that's where the compromise comes in.
You get it? I was never holding her.
But there are plenty of couples who don't compromise.
And that's what I'm saying.
What do you think people should do in that situation?
Stop killing my fucking dog. Leave him alone. What you say?
Like, what if you're in a situation where your partner will not compromise for you?
That's a better question. If that's what you were getting at.
I'm just saying, like, what if there is no compromise? Like,
Yeah.
I feel like
that's that situation right
do we
there.
think that
Toxic.
could be help? You are saying that's toxic, but at the beginning of your conversation, you guys just said it could be like, you know, they're just doing something that they're uncomfortable with. I don't know. Like, I'm just speaking on what y'all said.
I'm a little confused. Y'all losing me a little bit. Just catch me up. That's it.
If you are in a relationship and that person seldom compromises for you, I'm asking, like, the other person who's in that, is it okay to feel uncomfortable with those things? Is it still growth, like y'all said in the beginning of your conversation? Because they're uncomfortable, but they're trying their best to.
I feel like that's I get what you're saying now. I feel like we never really got into the uncomfortable thing, really, but we can kind of get into that. I feel like it's the difference between doing something you're uncomfortable with
But like I said,
then
like you try different foods, you compromise somewhere. Like if a girl introduces you to a different food and you don't like it, then you compromise, and that's a bad experience to that.
Now, what you doing something you're uncomfortable with? That's what I'm
saying.
saying. That's you trying something.
And you getting those experiences.
Yeah, that's not you compromising. That's
so
you
what happens when somebody doesn't compromise? Like it's my way or the highway. Them type of people.
So with them type of people, I mean, you just got to try to figure out some way to compromise. You got to come up with a better bargain. I feel like that's the only way to get through if you want to get through to something. Some people just not.
Could you be with somebody that?
Not me. Not me personally. Like, because again, I feel like that's toxic, bro. You need to compromise somewhat. Like, you need to do some things you uncomfortable with for your partner. That's what I was getting at. I didn't want to skip into it, but that's what I was getting at. Like, is it necessary for you to do some things that you're uncomfortable with for your partner? Is it necessary for you to sacrifice or compromise?
For your partner, yeah. Because you'll never grow as two people being together. You'll never fully be together if you don't compromise. Like, I don't know.
Nah, I get what you're saying. I completely agree. You need to go through those experiences. You need to try different things. You need to be open with your partner. Like with me personally, like I try not to set any limits or boundaries with what I would do with her because I don't know what the fuck she would want to do. Like I did a poll on Instagram earlier. Like, is it your partner's job to fulfill all your fantasies? I don't believe it's your partner's job, but I try to anyway, just so I could give her everything that another nigga can't. If that makes sense, you get it?
It makes sense.
So I feel like you gotta do.
But maybe somebody's fantasy is fucking your best friend.
That's some things. Like again, I try not to set boundaries, but I still have some.
If how can I say it? If somebody's fantasy doesn't involve their partner, then how can you possibly fulfill it?
I'm open to that. With me personally, bro, like.
And are you, as a person, willing to let her fulfill her fantasy?
That's what I'm saying. Like, let me get it out.
Okay.
But personally, like, I'm not opposed to doing anything in the future to do anything that she wants. I've had these conversations with my girlfriend, and I wanted her to be as open as possible to let me know, like, if she wanted to do blah, say blah, whatever the fuck the case may be. She never expressed any of that to me, so I never really had to deal with that. But I'm not opposed to, like, because you know how, you remember Will and Jada went through that whole thing about the
Entanglement.
Yeah, the entanglement shit. it was the bid. I get it, but on some real shit, they like they said they kind of like partners, and I could kind of like relate to that. Like we was best friends first. Like she had niggas while I was friends with her. I had bitches while I was friends with her. So it was like we kind of. I don't know. We was always friends, so like it's a weird situation. But I'm not opposed to doing anything to make her happy or anything to fulfill her fantasy for the most part. Again, like it's just something I would have to grow and develop and mature into. How about you?
Me personally, what was the question?
That nigga got. I said, oh, go ahead.
What was the question?
It started off with you said like, is it necessary for you to do things that you're uncomfortable with for your partner?
I think so, 100%. Because me personally, I'm a grown man at this point in my life, so it's like I have my life and I know what I do. And
What?
like if I'm sorry, I'm kind of drunk today.
You said I have my life and I know what I do. That's where you lost.
Yeah. So pretty much I personally like I'm not a routine person. I'm sorry.
Nigga, the question is, do you think that you should do, it's necessary for you to do things that you're uncomfortable with for your partner?
It is necessary, yes.
Why do you think it's necessary? Since I got do this.
Because if I plan on being with this person for the rest of my life, then I have to do shit that I don't like. Like I have to, for example, put the toilet seat down after I piss. Females hate that. So I have to get in the habit of doing that.
But is that something you're uncomfortable with?
I'm not uncomfortable with it, but I'm in that routine.
So, just like you just asked me, so say your girlfriend fantasy was to fuck another nigga or fuck your best friend or something like that.
Am I willing to do that?
Are you willing to do something that because I know that you're uncomfortable with it, I'm pretty sure that you're uncomfortable with it, so are you willing to take that type of leap?
Probably and probably not. Probably because I want to ask the questions afterwards. Like, I want to get that confirmation. Like, all right, was it better? Like, what was different? Did y'all have a connection? I want to ask those type of questions.
Why?
I feel like niggas love detail. Niggas love detail. Niggas heavy detail.
I wish my man died was it. Go ahead, though. Finish your statement.
I feel like niggas love to know everything. Like, for example, if your girl cheat on you, you're going to want to know all the details to that story. What time did it happen? Where did it happen?
But if it's something that I know
what
about,
positions y'all did.
but hear me out. If it's something that I know about and it's something that like I signed off or I don't really care.
Why would you sign off on it? Why would you sign off on your girl having sex with another dude?
Because again, like you missed the whole conversation.
No, I'm saying.
Like it's not something that I'm mature enough to do now. It's not something that I'm secure enough to do now. But I'm not opposed to the idea of. So again, it's just that, bro. I don't know how much more to explain it to you. So
If I'm completely uncomfortable with the situation, I don't feel like I can compromise.
you can't compromise.
If I'm like completely uncomfortable with it.
But you just said it was necessary.
It is necessary. Exactly. That's what compromise is.
No, but I'm confused. You saying you doing shit that you're uncomfortable with is necessary in the relationship. 100%. You said that.
Mm-hmm.
Then you're saying that you wouldn't do that.
But that's what compromise is.
So explain your compromise. What would your compromise be?
There's no compromise. It's just not happening. And she would have to compromise with me. And that would have to be their agreement.
That's not really a compromise though. That's just a disagreement.
Same thing we just said about the 2K.
What 2K? What was 2K? 2K was brought up in this?
About the 5 minutes and...
Oh, I thought we was talking about a real basketball game. But go ahead. I'm sorry, you lost me when you brought up 2K. Go ahead.
That's the same thing though. It's like, I'm not willing to do it right now. Maybe in 5 years.
And that's the same shit
But
I'm
that's
saying.
not a compromise.
That is a
That's
compromise.
a disagreement.
That's not a disagreement. That's a compromise. It's something. It's again.
If she
I'm
wants
open
to get
it.
it out of her system right now, like, she want to go fuck another nigga right now, tomorrow, and I say, babe, in 5 years, you can do that. That's no type of agreement. That's an agreement on my end. On her end.
If she agreed to that, that's an agreement, motherfucker. You can't say that that's not an agreement if she agreed to it. If both of y'all agree to it, it's an agreement. That's what I'm trying to express to you.
But she's not agreeing to it.
No, she just might not like the agreement.
That's the difference.
Yeah, she might not like the agreement.
That's the difference, but she still agreed. That's what she was trying to get you to.
It's the same thing.
How? If you don't like an agreement.
I think the question is, I don't think anybody, when you guys compromise, are both going to completely be satisfied with the outcome. I mean, in some occasions you're going to be completely satisfied, but in most occasions, both partners are not going to be completely satisfied. So I think the question that you guys really should be talking about is how much should you compromise in a relationship?
That makes sense. And that's what you've been trying to say? Because you've been having a horrible fucking time saying that.
Because compromise, at the end of the day, is an agreement. Both parties don't have to like the agreement, but a compromise is an agreement. So I think the question is, how much should you compromise in a relationship?
Yeah.
That's what you wanted to say the whole
Pretty
time?
much.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, D. I mean,
Thank you.
thank you.
Alright, with that being said, how much do you think you should
With that
compromise?
being said,
How
That
much?
was cool.
How much as far as a percentage or?
Shit, if you want to give a percentage, brother, do you?
I say
You good?
20-80 on my end.
Nigga,
That's my compromise.
You mean 20, but
you're giving 20%? She need to give 80%? I'm confused.
No, I'll compromise 20% of the compromising, and then you have to compromise with me 80%.
So you're the type of person who does not want to bend. You're like kind of stuck, because that's what you're saying.
I'll bend.
Huh?
I'll bend.
20%.
Oh,
If she has to,
20%.
if she has to,
Pause
if
as
she.
hell.
But my thing is, you're saying your partner would have to bend 80%.
Mm-hmm.
Is that all the time, or most of the time?
Sometimes.
So you're stubborn.
Yeah.
I'm a Taurus.
What the
I
fuck?
understand that completely. Trust me, I get that. I understand that.
This is not no astrology.
But I'm a Taurus.
No.
That's the main thing that's the first thing that pops.
Cut that shit out now.
You can look up Taurus signs and that's the first thing that pops up.
But is that okay?
It's not.
Are we
okay.
allowed to just do that? Say it's based on, oh, that's just how I am.
Yeah, like
I'm
shut
gonna
the
only
fuck
bend
up with that
20 for the
dumbass
rest of my life, and my
That's
partner's gonna have to be okay with that.
shit. Wait.
Is that okay? I'm just saying.
Wait.
It's not okay.
So then, why are we saying? Why? Talk to me. Talk to me. Sister.
But that's just how That's just how the cookie crumbles.
That's just how the cookie crumbles.
You should bake another cookie, dumbass.
Quote that.
What I just said?
That's how the cookie crumbles.
No, my follow-up was better. Bake another cookie, dumbass. It's that simple.
And I'm full of shit right now because I compromise a lot.
So then talk on it. You sit here, and I bet you there's a whole bunch of niggas just like, yeah, I'm only gonna bench 20%.
Like my nigga.
My girl better bench 80%.
Nah, it's like
you don't hear being fake.
that's how it should be.
What should?
That not should. That's how it used to be.
Oh.
But in reality, it's like I feel like I compromise way more than she do.
Okay, that was another question. Now, okay.
And I got
That's okay. That's why. Okay.
I feel like I compromise way more than she do, only because I feel like men has to please the woman more for some reason. And I don't know what that's about, but you got to keep them happy.
It's the way we was talking. I was having this conversation with a bunch of her friends, and they was basically saying like they didn't understand, and they pretty much look at nurturing, like the taking care of us, as pleasing, and that's why I wanted to have that conversation on the about the pleasing shit, like who's more pleasing, men or women, because women look at pleasing as like a nurturing thing rather than a happiness thing. And we, a lot of the times as men, don't know even how to say what the fuck makes us happy. Or we don't even know.
We don't know.
Yeah, so a lot of the times, like, it's hard, like, to just express it. Like, I just got to the point where I started expressing shit.
Like, if you think about it, right?
Mm-hmm.
Most of the time,
you know, but hear me out. I ain't mean to cut you off. This is why we don't know. Because a lot of the times we were taught to make women happy. We were taught to please them, to pleasure them, so they would be with us, basically. Or so we can get some pussy. That's how we was raised. So now that we are in these relationships or that we grown and shit.
Are you even raised like that, though? You're not really raised to...
We may not be raised by that by our parents, but we raised by that by society. We raised to go get some pussy.
Different conversation.
Different shit. That's perfectly fine with me. But I feel like women are taught the nurturing thing and not really the pleasure thing. We're taught more as though the pleasure thing and not really the nurturing thing. Like I just had a hard time trying to figure out what she sent me to the store to go get tampons, pads, and all that extra shit. I don't know what the fuck none of that shit was, and I had a hard time looking for that. But like, that's what I'm saying. Like the nurturing part of shit like that, we wouldn't know how to take care of a woman like that. I don't know how to set that shit up.
But we know what makes them happy.
But we know what makes them happy, and that's what I'm saying.
And with us is like
they don't know what makes us happy
because we don't know. Like if you think about it. Most of the songs, most of the music, females are expressing how to love a man. They don't know what the fuck they talking about.
That's true.
How do you figure? I'm sorry, explain.
What songs teach you how to love a man?
Cater to you, that's all they know.
Jill Scott, who is Jill Scott? I can't remember the exact song, but actually, I don't think there's any songs that teach men how to love women. I feel like it's about your partner.
No,
I think they could tell you the general.
Y'all, I feel like females express that in their music more like, I want this and I want that. And men usually talk about how much they love somebody.
Or her.
It depends on who you're listening to.
I listen to a lot of music.
Jill Scott always talks about catering to a man.
Does she know what she's talking about?
I believe
Give me a line.
Huh?
Give me a line.
I mean, I'm not good at that. I can't give you a line right now, but I will.
I mean, I seen the microphone joint.
Like cater to you. I mean, because that's the biggest song.
That's what I said. Cater to you probably the best joint.
This bitch said, not this bitch, but
call him on that. Make sure you zoom in and all that when he said.
This bitch said.
Oh, we did it again.
Because she was outlandish with it. She said, I'm gonna help you put your do-rag on or something like that. And I don't want help with that.
At all.
Like, move over, get out my way.
I need help with my scarf because I don't know how to do that shit. But if
scarf.
I had waves, I don't need no help with that. I know how to do that. I was raised, I was born.
You gonna wear my t-shirts like I'm looking for this t-shirt, and you got it, and your dirty clothes, like.
Or it's one of my t-shirts that I want to wear. Piss me the fuck off. Well, keep going.
But that's the type of shit, like, that's how they think.
That
We love.
makes us happy. Yeah.
No. If you really want to love a man,
my fault for cutting you off. Speaking of the music thing, I was watching Music Soul Child on 85 South Show and shit. He was talking about that. He was saying like to teach me how to love song was like that. Like we're not taught how to love. We're not taught how to express our love, how to express what the fuck we want, how to express what the fuck we supposed to get. Like we don't know how to express none of that shit. So you gotta like we just taught by them for the most part. So with that, a lot of times it takes us to just speak it into existence. And another thing, I feel like a lot of times niggas have a hard time expressing it to their partner because they're scared. They're scared of reactions. They're scared of. They're scared of reaction. They're scared of just them leaving in general. But go ahead. I'm sorry. Keep paying.
I lost my thumb.
I can keep going. I can keep rambling.
Keep going. Keep rambling.
But no, I just feel like niggas be scared of losing somebody. I feel like with fear of losing somebody, you got to filter. And this kind of go back to one of the episodes we shot, but like we put that filter on because we scared to not get the person that we love. Or if you're in a relationship with somebody and somebody that you're secure with, somebody that you love, you shouldn't be scared of just saying something to them or asking them a question or something like that. And also, the partner shouldn't be. The partner shouldn't. Is it fear mongering? Is fear mongering a word? Can somebody look that up? Okay, whatever. The partner shouldn't be scary or intimidating, if that makes sense. But you still don't know your point that you was gonna go?
Nah.
Okay, so we just gonna move into the next topic. The next topic is what?
Wait.
Go ahead.
Before y'all go.
Before y'all go.
No, I'm just saying, before y'all move into the next topic, y'all are saying that there's not songs out there that teach a woman how to love a man? Because I feel like a lot of women know how to love men.
Pleasure.
Oh, how to pleasure a man.
Yes.
Well, y'all are all different.
Love and pleasure is the same.
No, it's not.
All is.
Bro, what the fuck was that?
It's different. Y'all, all men, like different things. It's like some pleasure. Like, are you saying pleasure or love? Like,
I'm saying love.
You're saying love? I was saying pleasure. But go ahead. What you mean as far as love? I feel like women know how to like. Nah, go ahead.
Well, pleasure. Yeah, pleasure and love.
but y'all are different. That's the thing. It's like the same thing for women. Not all women like flowers. Even though how many times are they gonna preach? Oh, give your woman flowers. Make sure you give her flowers.
But again,
I don't like flowers personally.
This is what I was saying though. This like a lot of niggas don't know what they want, and that's what we was expressing. Like a lot of people, like a lot of men don't know.
Neither do women. But my thing is, it's all about you learning that person, learning what they like, learning their likes, their dislikes, and that's how you pleasure that person. There is no solid book on how to pleasure somebody. There is none, because at the end of the day, everybody's different. Like, everybody's different. Your man can like sports, your man cannot like sports. And so it's like, if you get him a jersey, some man might love it and the other man might hate it. It's like...
I agree. However, I feel like we have more experience with making women happy because that's how we have to get them, if that makes sense.
Understandable, and a lot of women don't do the chasing.
Yeah, and that's what I'm pretty much getting at. So
like, you're saying as men, y'all want to be chased?
No, we don't want to be chased, but we want to not want to be chased.
Y'all want to feel desired and wanted and...
Yeah, and again, it's one of those things where y'all may not know how to because we never expressed it.
But men in this day and age, you're saying that men want to be chased.
I'm not saying chased. I'm talking about pleasure. I'm talking about pleased. I'm talking about made happy. I'm not talking about chased. Y'all, you talking about like come after. I'm talking about made happy.
Fulfill me.
Yeah, fulfilled.
Okay.
Fulfilled is the greatest word.
So how do you guys think that men should be, like, how would you guys want to be fulfilled? Speak for yourselves, and then you can also speak for the, like, general male species, I guess.
I feel like a lot of times I'm going to speak for myself, then I'm going to speak for others. Me personally, I want to have that emotional connection. So I want to know the deepest, darkest stories of your life. So at that point, I understand you better, and I don't know. I'm sorry, I'm drunk.
You have a hard time expressing yourself. That's how niggas be. Go ahead. Go ahead, bro. I'm here with you, bro.
So I want that emotional connection. I also want the physical connection. Like we have to have that sex bond. And speaking for everybody, I feel like every man wants that emotional connection. Every man wants that female to bring out their demons.
I feel like every man with that sexual bond also. Go ahead. What you about to say?
Is one better than the other?
We getting too many questions in one. Let's finish this one. What you was about to say?
I wasn't about to say anything.
Alright. With me, I feel like, again...
I feel like every human being wants an emotional connection when you're in a relationship. Just being honest.
Yeah.
So my question is,
Yeah,
what
but
do
y'all
mean pleasure?
women are more willing to
I was going to answer it.
women are more willing to open up about things than men.
Okay.
Because sometimes when, as a man, when you open up about certain shit, you're less than a man sometimes. Like if something truly hurts you and truly fucking you up, if you get that vulnerable, then...
We're not taught to cry on shoulders. We're not taught to...
But y'all need that.
Exactly.
We do. And that's the love that we seek.
Yearn.
We yearn. Seek, aim, seek.
I feel like yearn was the perfect word right there. Go ahead.
That's the love we yearn. We're yearning for that connection, like somebody to bring that out of us. And we'll never say it.
I feel like that
You just have to do it.
Okay, I get it. But that comes from who you're choosing.
Get the chance to answer.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Alright, with me, like, alright, damn, what's the question again? I forgot the question then. Alright, with me, I feel like, personally, pleasure-wise, I need that sexual bond. I need sexual pleasure in general. I need emotional pleasure in general, and as far as emotional, because he didn't really get in depth, we need heavy details. You feel me? As far as the emotional thing, I feel like the chance, like, to talk to you like you one of our bros, the chance to talk to you like you our closest friend.
Do you think all men want that, or just you? Because at the end of the
Maybe
day,
just you.
This is my personal motherfucker. Goddamn.
You said in general. I thought you said in general. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Thank you. In general, you need several lighters. In general, I feel like I think niggas need more of it sexually. I feel like niggas don't have the opportunity to express themselves sexually. Like they don't, like a lot of women don't like their man looking at other women. They don't like their man.
Some women do.
Yeah,
I'd
some
actually
women
say
do.
A lot of women do. Sorry.
Let me finish.
Is this still personal?
This is in general. Again, I feel like a lot of motherfuckers don't get the opportunity to have the wandering eye to express their. Like me and you had this connection, but with a lot of niggas don't have the connection to say, yo, she bad as shit. Oh, I like the way she.
Who's to say a lot of men want that though? Because there's a lot of men who only want to look at their one woman and only want that one woman to look at themselves.
No such thing.
Huh?
No such thing.
You think there's no such thing?
Mr. Jackson.
If we go back to what'd you say?
Mr. Jackson proved that.
Mr. Jackson? Oh shit.
There's no such, like, you always gonna look. You said that in the first episode.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. Is the nigga, you're not gonna just drive your Honda Civic and just look down the street at a Ferrari and just let that joint ride by you. No, there's no possible way. You're gonna look at that motherfucker. It's that simple.
And you feel like a lot of men aren't open to do, like they're not.
They don't
have the opportunity to do that in a relationship because
they don't have that freedom.
Because they don't have that freedom. Also, like I was saying before, a lot of them are scared. So again, like you saying from a female's perspective, a lot of women probably do or are open to that. However, a lot of niggas are scared of the losing somebody, or they're scared of the reaction, or they're scared of just that argument in general, or that conflict.
I think that goes with knowing who your woman is.
Yeah, absolutely. But again, it still don't change who the fuck you are. So say you know who your woman is, and say you know that person is going to snap when you do that, or say you know who that person.
Maybe that's not the person you want to be with. If you know that that person's going to snap on situations like
that could just
and that's something that you want, maybe that's not the one for you.
That could just be one of the millions of reasons that you like. Maybe that could be one out of a million reasons that you like her, if that makes sense.
No, I completely get it. I get it.
So that may be that one dislike versus that a million reasons. That
but at the end of the day, can somebody make somebody completely, fully happy in all aspects? Because at the end of the day, I get what you're saying, but I'm losing my thought.
I don't know. I like that. That was real philosophical. That's how we end this episode right here.
No, we got more questions.
Nah. We gonna end this episode right. Go ahead.
This is the last question. Who do you think's, what's the word? Sacrifice more?
Yeah. Sacrifice, that was the word you were looking for?
Who's sacrificing more, men or women?
In general?
In general.
I think...
Oh, no, you did. Oh, no, you did.
My God.
Oh, no, you did.
My God. We're doing something.
It's almost over,
Come
Nick.
here, baby.
I respect it, though. I respect it.
Lay down.
For loud noise.
Lay.
Whose dog is that?
Be okay. You're being protected.
Pet.
Stop.
What's going on outside? Everything good? Somebody just got mugged or something.
Definitely, this is behind the scenes footage.
Cedric,
Cedric, can you do me a favor? Can you open that blind for me so that he can look outside?
Do you gonna have a nice way to cut that out?
We can probably keep it in, for real.
That nigga wildin'.
Put Nip on the camera, fuck it.
Not the whole house. Can you open the blinds for him?
It's okay, Pop. Come here.
Please.
Come here.
Please, Cedric.
Sit down.
He's not going to stop.
Sit down. Sit down. Sit down. Sit
You know
down.
I'm old as
Sit
hell.
down. It's
I'm
okay.
sorry,
Sit
Don.
Puppy, it's okay. Yeah, it's okay.
Okay. Is he okay now? Come here, Missy.
I've been sitting in that seat for a while.
He's going to look out the window as soon as you open it. No, open the blinds from the bottom. Like, just pull from the bottom. From the bottom. From the bottom. Just push it up. Yeah. All right, Nipsey, look outside. Who is it?
Oh no, you
Don't,
did.
don't say that.
Oh
Nipsey.
no, you did. You better look out.
Go ahead, look outside. Look outside.
Go look out the window now. Go ahead. All right, sit down.
You good now. You good now. Alright, so who sacrificed more? I feel like damn, I wanted to have an answer so bad and I still don't have an answer.
I feel like
Go ahead, thank you.
our followers aren't sacrificing their $3 enough. Go follow this Patreon. That's what I feel like. But out of men and women who sacrifice more, damn, that is a tough one.
That's what I'm saying. I feel like
It might be equal. That's where y'all get y'all equality at.
that's always
Honestly, because
I feel like they sacrifice for sure. I feel like niggas sacrifice also.
yeah, because we, as men, we have a lot of pride, and it's like we want shit to go our way. Like, if we have a plan for shit, like if you map out your life to a woman, she's like, oh, I can see where this is going, I'm gonna follow this plan. And she'll sacrifice her whole life for that. But then, in that same token, while y'all living together, you sacrificing shit that you don't want to sacrifice.
True. I'm trying to sit here and think. Yeah, I feel like it's kind of equal also. Because I feel like it used to be more women sacrificing because they sacrificed their life.
It used to be, yeah.
But now I feel like they have the freedom to do pretty much what they want. So it's probably that, like you said, it's probably one of those things where they equal that. And I don't got no answer for you, but that's one of them philosophies.
Let's shut us up. Let's shut us up. And I don't usually end the show, but make sure you go follow us on YouTube, Instagram.
You subscribe on YouTube, you jackass. Go ahead, start over.
You end it.
Okay. Make sure you subscribe on YouTube at Quellz Sed It Best. Make sure you subscribe on Patreon at Quellz Sed It Best. No, on Patreon at The Quellz Sed It Best Show. Make sure you follow us on Instagram at Quellz Sed It Best. And make sure you like every video that we post. Make sure you repost. Have a great day.